Hi everybody, this is Mr. Pinniger upstairs in the music room at Willowbrook, bringing you a Year 1 music lesson, okay? You can watch this lesson online at home, or you can watch it at school in your class with your teacher. Because we're at the beginning of Year 1, we're just going to do a quick lesson today looking at some of the musical instruments in the music room up here. We're going to think about how they're designed, what they're made of, and how they make a sound, okay? Because musical instruments come in all different shapes and sizes. They're made of lots and lots of different materials, and this affects the kind of sound that they make, okay? Because they make lots and lots of different types of sounds, okay? Some of them are high in pitch, some of them are low in pitch. Some of them are very loud, and we hear them, in a very strong way in our ears. Some of them are very quiet, okay? And, we have to pay attention to hear them, okay? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to think about some of these instruments that I've got today, okay? Now, all of the instruments that I have that I'm going to show you today are called percussion instruments, okay? Can you say that word? Percussion. And then you don't have to say it like, you can just say percussion. Percussion with a p, okay? Percussion. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some up, I'm going to show them to you, we're going to think about how they make a sound and what they're made of. Okay? So here's my first instrument. Okay? What are these? I'll come up close for you. What are these? Can you name it? I'm going to play it now. Okay, I'm going to put one of these down. Okay. Did you get what it's called? It's called an egg shaker. Why is it called an egg shaker? Well, it's shaped like an egg, I would say. And if you shake it, it makes a sound, okay? And therefore, we call it an egg shaker, okay? For that very reason. And what is it made of on the outside? I mean, it's difficult for you to see, but on the outside, it's plastic. The egg part is made of plastic, and inside there are small beads that when they move inside, when you pick it up and move it, they vibrate inside the egg, okay, and make the sound, okay? So that is an egg shaker, okay? It's made of plastic with beads inside. I think the beads are probably metal, a metallic bead inside, okay? I've never opened one up to find out. Okay? Good, okay. Here's my next instrument, okay? What do we think these are? I'll come up close to the camera. What are these? Okay. Does anybody know what these are called? They're called claves. Can you say claves? Claves. Okay. What do you think they're made of by looking at them? Can you see? They're made of wood. And we play them by tapping two together, like this. Okay? Okay, so those are claves, and they're made of wood. And as you can hear, they make a very different sound to the egg shaker. Very different sound. They sound like wood, don't they? But obviously, these are designed, and the wood that's chosen for them is designed to make a particular kind of pitched wooden sound that you hear from these. I've got some different ones actually. So here's another set of claves, and these are made of rosewood. They make a much deeper sound, much a nicer sound, I think, than these ones. They're very light. These are quite heavy. And the pitch is slightly higher as well, you may have noticed. Okay, so we've looked at egg shakers and we've looked at claves. Next instrument, let's pick this one up. Ooh, what do you think this is called? What do you think this instrument is called? Here's a clue. Its name is the same as its shape. Well, it's three-sided, so it must be a triangle. It is a triangle. What do you think it's made of? Up close. What's it made of? It is made of metal. It is a metallic instrument. Metallic instrument, okay? And a triangle is played with a small metallic beater, okay? And we literally just tap it one time. And it makes that long, high-pitched, metallic, ringing sound. I mean, we can play it more. Or we can play it softly. Oh, I'm not very good at that. We can play it loud. Okay. So that's a triangle. It's made of metal. Okay. And it makes a high-pitched sound. Very good. Okay. Okay. Here's another instrument. What's this one called? What's this one called? It's a tambourine. I think you probably already knew that. And if you look, let's look at it. If you see, it's made of, the red part is made of plastic, which is the part that we hold with our hand, and it holds these parts in place, okay? And these are the parts that make the sound. These are little small discs, okay? And they're made of metal, so it's a metallic instrument, okay? And when we shake it or tap it, the discs vibrate, okay, and hit each other, and then they create the sound of the tambourine, okay? So we can play this instrument by shaking it or tapping it. Or we could do both. Okay, so that's our tambourine. We probably know the tambourine from reception, don't we? It's one of my favourite instruments. It's good fun to play. Okay, brilliant. Okay, last one. Okay, and it's the biggest one. Okay, what do you think this is called? What is this called? Who said drum? Who said drum? It is a drum. It is a type of drum. But drums are a whole family of instruments of their own. There are so many different drums in the world, okay? And this particular drum is called a gembe. Can you say gembe? Gembe. Okay, it's an African drum, okay? And the way it's made is, this part is made of wood, okay? At the bottom, it has a big hole, and this is where the sound comes out, okay? It's a sound hole, so it's hollow. I can put my arm all the way in there, okay? So it's a hollow bottom there, and across the top, okay, stretched very tightly, okay, this part is called the skin. This part is called the skin. And you might be thinking, oh, well, this part of my body is called skin as well. Well, that's because when djembes were first made, they were made from the skin of dead animals, okay? But in this day and age, I think we use a manufactured type of skin, so something that is man-made, not real skin, okay? And the djembe is an interesting and quite diverse instrument, in the sense that you can make different sounds and you can play in different ways, okay? At the side here, if I play at the side, get that high-pitched sound, that's called the tone, okay? If I play in the middle, okay, that's called the bass. Tone, bass, tone, bass, okay? And the sound is coming out of the hole at the bottom, so it's a bit awkward to play it with it under my arm like this. It's better when it's down on the floor, between your knees, with the sound hole off the floor. You never want to cover the sound hole up when you're playing a djembe. Why do you think that is? Why don't you want to cover the sound? Like if it's on the floor flat, which you can't see, but I've just put it on the floor flat, what have I done? I've blocked the sound hole, so it sounds rubbish, okay? The sound hole needs to be able to produce the sound into the air, okay? So that is a djembe, okay? So let me just go through that again. That's the tone at the side. It's the bass in the middle. I'm not really hitting the middle there. Okay? So that's a djembe. Okay. Right, okay. Let's just quickly recap on the instruments we've learnt today. Egg shakers. What was this one called? Claaves. This one. Triangle. Meet that there. This one. Tambourine. This one is a djembe. Djembe. Okay. Now, when I see year one next term for music, you will come to the music area and you will get to play all of these instruments. Okay. And we'll have fun making sounds with them, learning about different ways of making sounds, quiet sounds, loud sounds, long sounds, short sounds, okay? And all of these instruments are instruments that we will use to do that, okay? So have a discussion with your teacher or with an adult, if you're at home, okay, about all of those instruments. Have a think about them and talk about what they're made of, talk about how they make the sounds, okay? And when I see you, as I said, we will be playing them, okay? So until then, until next week when we do another lesson about sound, take care, enjoy yourselves at school, and I'll see you soon.